Hey everybody, good morning. Good morning, my coffee cakes. How you doing? How you doing? I know everyone's having a rough week. We got a lot going on in the world. But let's have a good morning and have a little chitty chat. Hopefully we can make our day a little better, a little brighter. Maybe you're just waking up and you just want someone to chitty chat with, and that's great. We could do that. That's what we're here for. Oh, what a weekend, huh? What a lot of stuff going on. It's hard to turn on to Facebook right now. Hey, H7, hugs to you. It's hard to turn on Facebook right now because we've seen all the little animals, you know, little koalas and kangaroos, and oh my gosh, what a damn mess, huh? Shout out to Joaquin Phoenix, though. Shout out to Joaquin Phoenix. Congratulations on your Golden Globe. I still have yet to see the Joker. I really got to see it. I'm waiting for someone to get it. Is it available on Amazon Prime? I probably got to buy it. Or you could rent it. Oh, that's right. You could rent it. But the thing is, at the rate you're going, you might as well just buy it, right? Or just wait for somebody to get it. I think Hulu or Netflix will probably get it sooner or later. Who owns that film? That's not a because you know now Disney owns everything, so that's why I ask. But shout out to Joaquin Phoenix for, you know what? I get it. Some people don't want to hear the political crap on at these award shows. I don't have cable anymore, so I don't get to watch these things. I don't know. I think about how I would do it all the time. If it were me, would I do that? Is it the wrong thing to do? Is it disrespectful? Is it rude? I don't think so. At this point, I think it's the new norm. I don't mind it much. I mean, if you have the platform to say what's needed to be said, I mean, by all means, go ahead and do it. That's what I would do. That's why we got YouTube. We all come on here every day and talk about, you know, what we got to talk about, whether it be, you know, fires in Australia or other shenanigans going on in this crazy world that I'm not going to get into because it's political. But, you know what I'm saying? We do it every day. So who are we to tell, you know, celebrities to not do that? I mean, I saw the little speech of what's his name? I like Ricky Gervais, and I was kind of surprised he said that because, you know, generally he speaks a lot about animals and stuff like that. So I was kind of surprised he opened up the Golden Globes, you know, saying don't talk about these things because, you know, Greta Thunberg has more schooling than you, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if it's more schooling. It's probably better quality schooling. That's the thing is you can't. Hi Ruth Schutz, good morning. But see, that's the thing. That's why we can't be judging this little girl. She's not a little girl. She's 16. I'm sorry if I called her a little girl. I know everyone's got their thoughts on her, but I know I think she's a pretty brilliant little kid. Oh my gosh! Now I call her a little kid. I'm insulting the hell out of this Greta Thunberg. Listen, I know some people may come in here right now and have their words about it, but listen, I don't shy away. Hey, Justin. Hey, Jeff. I don't shy away talking about kids who, I don't shy away from the idea that this kid, you know, she's smart, you know, and they learn differently in her part of the world. And, you know what? I think regardless of what she's saying and why she says it or whatever she says it for, you're a big fan of the Lakers. Okay, that's great. You know what? I think I'd rather take what she's saying and listen to her than, you know, look at these kids all over the place eating laundry detergent and, you know, just not even picking up a goddamn book anymore. What happened? You know, that's the thing is, oh, somebody was in here the other day saying that libraries were becoming a thing of the past. I don't know. The one here is pretty alive and well. And they actually have a room. The library here actually has a room, books for sale. I mean, I do think books need to become more of a thing. You know, when I was in college, I started college really late in my life. I went at the age of 23, because, you know, my parents made too much money for me to qualify for, you know, any sort of, you know, grants. Although now in New York things are different, but I don't. But then again, the whole New York thing with the free college is a bunch of baloney, anyways, because the state colleges are rather picky as is. So I don't know. They're not going to lower the standards for kids to go to like a Stony Brook University or anything like that. Stony Brook's like the cream of the crop, and that's a state university. So, um, and if you don't know the whole New York State free college thing, there's a whole spiel about it. It's not free. Um, I mean, I like the idea of the option to go to college for free. I don't think that's, you know, the worst case scenario. But the thing is, in order for you to utilize said free college, you must stay in the state for 4 years after you graduate and work in that field. If you don't do that, then you have to pay it all back. And, you know, New York is rather expensive. And so that whole grant thing is really, grant or whatever it is that they're calling it, the grant becomes a loan if you try to leave. So I guess it's the state's way of trying to keep people around, because people, we just can't afford to live here anymore. It's becoming too expensive. And oh, would I like a Trumpy Bear? Nah. I think it's kind of cute though. It's a funny thing. I hope people have a sense of humor when it comes. Well, actually, my dad, let me tell y'all something. My dad, we weren't sure if he was joking or not, but he told my mom that he ordered, you know, that thing is $50. That Trumpy Bear is $50 to have a bear with a fake toupee and that's another thing is, you know, you got these people, and listen, I don't agree with stomping or wiping your ass with the flag. I think that's pretty disrespectful. But I also find like wearing underwear or bikinis or towels or paper plates with the American flag to be really disrespectful. So, I mean, that's right up there, you know. So I'm kind of surprised that Trumpy Bear thing has a American flag blanket in there. But these people, they're okay. I think these kind of people are okay with American flag blankets. I don't want to be wrapped in American flag anything. I don't like the idea of America. I just don't like it. I don't like the idea of a bikini because, you know, nothing screams patriotism with a flag on your vajiggle jaggles, right? I mean, you want to go there, I'm going to go there. I know my live the other night was rather lit, so. Hey, you got to be honest with the folks, right? I don't think it's right. I mean, I don't think stomping and wiping your tuchus with the flag is nice. I think that's really disgusting. But if you want to call a spade, you know, wearing, you know, a bikini or underwear, I don't think flag underwear should be not be a thing. I mean, I know we got and especially like the plates and stuff. I mean, you're gonna put your barbecue stuff on the plate and then you're throwing it out, and that's just how I look at it, you know. I think that's just, hey, good morning, trucker's life. That's just how I look at it. It just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, right. Like flag toilet paper. Right, exactly. I mean, I'm gonna call a spade a spade. And that's, like I said, it's funny because that Trumpy Bear thing, it's $50. It's a bear. It's a brown bear, which I thought that was weird. Why is it not orange? Hey, listen, I got you. I know we don't want to talk politics. We don't want to make fun of Trump. I mean, me as a comedian, I don't want to do the politics stuff because as somebody who wants to laugh, I want to look past these things because, you know, we need a break. We need an escape from that. But sometimes you do have to laugh about these things. And, you know, the bear is dark brown. So I think that's a little ridiculous. It should be orange or tan or not dark brown. They didn't even get the color right. I mean, it is a bear. But we're not going to stress it because it's a teddy bear. And I'm not one of those kinds of people who just nitpick everything. Except people who want gender-neutral Santa Claus. That is a bit ridiculous. We do have to draw some line in the sand of stuff. And that's one of those things. But you know what I'm saying? But we do need to laugh a little bit. We do. I mean, there's just so much seriousness going on. I mean, but then again, we have to really take what's going on around here very seriously. I mean, I don't like to think about. I'm one of those. Just I have severe agoraphobia, and this year has been a really big year with me going out and doing things and talking to people. And I've been to New York City, what, 2 times this year? I mean, as a kid growing up, my grandmother lived on 14th Street, so we used to go at least once or twice a year back then, and my dad would drive, blah blah blah. But since my grandmother moved to Florida and then she passed, and I mean, me calling her my grandmother right now is me being really very nice, but the Irish side of my family I don't care for. Um, but I lived in New York during 9/11. My father worked for uh, Con Edison at the time. He wasn't anywhere near that area. He was in, Brooklyn, Queens, and stuff like that. But my grandmother lived on 14th Street, which is not too far from, she wasn't too far from, where all that went down. Um, then, 9/11, the Twin Towers, and things like that. I actually had seen the Twin Towers um, shortly before said incident since happened. I actually the scary story is I I was going to we actually decided to take a day trip that year, 2011 2000 yeah 2001 9/11, yeah, 2001. Sorry, excuse me, I'm waking up. In 2001, we had taken a day trip to Ellis Island, and this was in April, yeah. In order to get to Ellis Island, you have to go to Battery Park, and you take a ferry, and it takes, it stops at, Statue of Liberty, and it stops, final stop would be, Ellis Island, and just before that, oh, thank you. That's a Dolphin Project tattoo. I oppose dolphins in captivity, and the Dolphin Project is currently in Japan. And fist bump, Night Rider, Georgia Night Rider, good morning. See, this is why I like doing the morning lives. I gotta do these more. I'm gonna do them every day. And tomorrow, I think we're gonna taxi cab live. Yeah, so the Dolphin Project is an organization that I belong to. The volunteers go off to Taiji, Japan, and they film and document the slaughters in Japan. Unfortunately, last night there was a red and green cove. They got a pod of striped dolphins. They generally don't take those for captivity. They're not really good. They're not a good species. Well, no species is really good for captivity, really. But this is one that generally can't. They don't care for um, they don't do well in shallow waters. Usually when they bring them into the cove, they'll actually jump up on the rocks because they're not used to being in such shallow waters. But they did take for captivity. That's big money, chunk of change. But so 9/11, we had gone to Ellis Island about 4 or 5 months before that happened, and I remember telling my mom, you gotta get a picture of the Twin Towers, and she said, "Oh no, I'm going on a cruise." Or she was, I don't remember if she was going on a cruise or she had come back from a cruise, and she was pretty certain she either had a photo or she was getting one. She ended up not getting a photo, but I said, "Oh, that's all right. They're not going anywhere." And I felt after at that day. I mean, I was only, I was in high school, but I felt terrible. I said that. I'm like, Jesus. I said they're not going anywhere, and poof, there they go. And yeah. And now, now we have whatever's going on here. And I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to talk about the politics of this. But this is just, oh, those are really cool to have. I don't really want to get into the politics of what's going on. I had Starbucks this morning. And if you don't like Starbucks, I'm sorry. I was kind of lazy this morning. I didn't go to 7-Eleven to get my crumb cake coffee. Today is a peppermint mocha latte. Good morning, Rick. You are definitely an awesome supporter. In fact, you know what? We're going to do you a solid. There we go. You get a wrench. I mean, I don't have any photos of the Twin Towers. I do have a photo that is really great of what it looks like now, because I do have to pass that way to go home when I go to Jersey in the summertime. So, in fact, that photo that I have on my Facebook page is so good. I'm surprised no one's tried to steal it from me, but I'm pretty good about those things. But yeah, so now as far as like the present time, yeah, isn't that funny? That was a good one. She's gonna come back. Nanny Boo Boo's coming back. Her filter was back up and running. I've been doing some, some TikTok research on what's funny and what to do there. I have a dancey dance video that I have on Instagram, but I don't think I could. Oh, I'm doing good. I don't think I could put it on YouTube. But what's the rules on music? Is it if the video is like 30 seconds long, can I pass? Would I get a strike? I don't want to get a strike. It's a really good video. I don't want. I have it on Instagram, but I kind of thought about if it's 30 seconds, I'm pretty sure YouTube would be okay with it, right? It's not. I mean, I thought we were allowed 30 seconds of music, but I don't want to play. I don't want to rock the boat, you know. But as far as the current present situation, like I said, I'm not gonna talk about the politics of what's going on and the war part of it. But I am gonna talk about the thoughts of these things, because I am a New Yorker and they're talking about how we're a target. We're always going to be a target. That's the sad and scary part of it. I mean, Trump Tower is in Manhattan too. I'm sure that plays a role somewhere here. Yeah. Oh, no, this video already has some music in it. But like I said, it's only 30 seconds. So I'm wondering if it would. Well, you know what? YouTube plays a little game with that whole music thing. Because I did the Get Up Challenge a few months ago. And that's okay. But I think sometimes like a song like that is okay because the owner allows people to do it because it's good for them. So not sure what the rule is. But it is a TikTok video, which TikTok is literally 30 seconds or less. So I'm wondering if it would be safe to put it in here. I don't know. Maybe I could try it and see what YouTube says. It'll tell me right away, good or no good. But I don't want to. But I also don't want to, risk a strike. So I mean, I haven't gotten any strikes on Instagram, but Instagram generally doesn't seem to care. No pass on music. 30 seconds. Oh. So there's no pass. Okay, so I'm not going to do it. We'll leave it on Instagram. It's doing okay over there. So, my thoughts as a New Yorker and somebody who has scatterbrain, because I have agoraphobia. It's like, I have agoraphobia where I have a fear of going into large crowds. And I have been doing a lot better with it this year. As y'all can see, I go to the city, going shopping a lot more. Not buying as much online anymore, which is a plus. I do like my eBay, Mercari, and I don't really buy anything on Amazon, to tell you the truth. So it's like, it's like the fear of the unknown. And I was hoping to go back to Manhattan in April because the library sells tickets. We get reduced tickets. It's like a group rate thing. And I know, YOLO and do things like that, but I just don't want to be caught in something, I'm one of those kinds of people who think ahead of life, and I don't know, but I don't want to not go either, I would think if whatever's going to happen is going to happen right away, right? I hope nothing happens. I hope we just fix it. And I know that's just not going to happen. We're just not going to fix it because that's not how life works, but one could hope, right? I mean, unfortunately, Australia, we can't just fix it. That's pretty much a done deal at this point, But again, shout out to Joaquin Phoenix. I did see his speech, even though I don't have cable. But listen, I was very proud to hear that that the Golden Globes had gone plant-based yesterday. That's really awesome. I was a vegan for 5 years, and I think it's time for me to go back to that. I don't want to contribute to any more suffering or, destruction or anything like that. So I think I'm going to... Mm. See, I had a video that had music in it. It wasn't a strike, but they wouldn't monetize it. It said I wouldn't get a strike, but whatever. It said it wasn't a strike, but it couldn't be monetized because of that. So at least I didn't get a strike for it. It just they wouldn't. They said they had to mute the music. So, oh well, that's life. But I'd rather play it safe, I guess, because I am monetized and I don't want to make a mistake and I don't want to be shut out for 90 days or whatever they do here. I mean, yesterday I posted that video. Hey, good morning, Jackknife. Yesterday I posted that video and they kept shutting my comments off. There were no children in the video. It just was a filter from TikTok that had a child's voice in it, and they kept shutting the comments off. And finally, after the second or third time I put the comments, it's going, Jackknife. It's going. Trying to come up with some new stuff. I love my live the other night. That was pretty good. We were talking about, Victoria's Secret and other stuff. Today is a 3-year anniversary of, not to go all doom and gloom on you, but today's the 3rd anniversary of Tillicum's death. If you don't know who Tillicum is, he's the orca from SeaWorld Orlando, featured in the film Blackfish. So that's got me a little doom and gloom today, but his legacy will live on. Blackfish is still available, and people still don't like SeaWorld. I don't. I don't like it. I will never take my kids there. And you know what's sad? What's weird is like the people's opinions on these things is still pretty strong. They don't want to take their kids there, but all of a sudden now New Jersey's got a new aquarium coming out. Well, good luck to that. I tell you what, the National Geographic encounter in Times Square is fabulous. That place is the coolest thing ever. And the cool thing, it's all CGI. There's no animals in there. It's all CGI. It's totally interactive. And, and the cool thing about that is they could just change up the exhibits whenever they want. I mean, I don't know if they have or they've tried to or whatever, but you can change them up. And it's really cool. I have to say, Times Square's got the coolest stuff, though. They really do. They got that, Madame Tussauds, and Ripley's was really cool. I mean, I remember watching that show as a kid. I couldn't wait till Wednesday night for Ripley's. It was Ripley's. There's something else after Ripley's. I forget. You know what was a really good show at one point was Web Junk 20. I kind of wish that was back on, because maybe one of us would be ending up on that show. Do you guys remember Web Junk 20 on VH1? What was that? I forget his name. But that show was really cool. Every Friday night, you got Web Junk 20 and The Soup. You got Web Junk 20 and The Soup. And Web Junk 20 was the TV show that would, I forget his name, jeez. But he would joke around about what's on YouTube and Facebook and stuff. That show was great. I wonder if they're going to make a comeback now that social media, we got YouTube, we got TikTok and things like that. I'm going to go back to using TikTok a little bit more and getting the Nanny Boo Boo stuff going on, because she needs to make a comeback apparently, because people have been begging to bring it back. So I need that app to do it. And I really don't care if I get any likes over there or whatever it is. I just use the filter and I bring it over here or bring it on Instagram. Instagram's been... You know what's interesting about Instagram is that Perez Hilton says Instagram is going to become a thing of the past, and TikTok will be the new Instagram. I wonder if that's because he does well on TikTok, but Instagram he's losing followers, because I take some of my videos from TikTok and I put them on Instagram, and they do a lot better than they do on TikTok. I don't think TikTok does like grow streams and things to find followers either. So that's one of those sites that that's one of those luck of the draw things. I guess I don't know if they do have networking streams on there. I do know you can monetize your TikTok. I've heard that. Instagram you could monetize, but I think that's a little difficult. I have a Facebook page which may be coming close to monetization. We have like almost 9,000 followers. I think it's 10,000 on Facebook to get monetized, but I don't know. We may not accept the monetary idea there, but I don't know. That's not my, I don't own the page, so I don't get to make full choices on that, but I'm not in this to strike it rich. I mean, unfortunately, there people are who are doing that. I'd rather get a sponsorship than anything, and I'm gonna start looking into that now, because YouTube ain't paying my bills, so gotta find other ways, or just continue to do this without that and hope something else comes along. It's doesn't pay to get greedy. See you later, Georgia Night Rider. I will be live tonight. I have some new games. I did break down and bought Cards Against Humanity, and I have another game, which is weird because I saw it in the store. I bought Sleep in a Bucket, and then I saw that it was a different name now. So Target had some deals on the card games for after Christmas. So I picked up a deck of Cards Against Humanity. I hope I'm not going to pay for that, as in like that's going to be things that are interesting. It's odd. I have a live stream that I did about 4 or 5 months ago. It was one of those adults only chats, and it's still getting viewed. It's got like 840 views, which I find to be interesting. It's a shame I didn't have that many folks in the live that day, but hey, thank you for watching. I appreciate that. So let's see. So back to the other stuff here. In regards to Australia, what I find to be really sad is people are like shaming those who are donating money. Like I said, I have a page which has like over 9,000, almost 9,000 followers, and we've been focusing a lot on the Australia fires, and because it's just a big thing right now. It's something we need to focus on because it's our destruction. We're destroying everything. People are just the most horrible species on this planet. But anywho, we posted about Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban. They donated $500,000 to the fire efforts, and people on our page, some people are really appreciative to it, which you should be. And then there's some people who say, oh, well, they could dig more into their pockets, or they're only doing it because their house is there and they're worried it's going to get destroyed. You know what? When somebody's donating something, they're donating something. It's out of the kindness of their heart. It doesn't matter what the reasons are. We shouldn't be picking why they did it. They did it, okay? It's their money. It must be really nice spending somebody else's money like that, saying, oh, well, they could donate more. Somebody said, oh, well, if it was millions, then it would be noteworthy. Who the hell cares? How much are you donating to the Australia funds and stuff like that? I think later I'm going to be posting in the chat, I want to post the link to this comedian, Celeste Barber. She is raising funds, and from one comedian to another, I want to support her and her efforts in trying to raise funds for the firefighters and the animals who are perishing left and right down there. I guess they're mad because Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban live there and they should donate more. Now, listen. Now, I don't know everything about Hollywood, but I have a pretty decent understanding of how things work there. I mean, we have celebrities here on Long Island. We have, we have the Hamptons. We have, what's her face? She lives out in, well, she was living in Merrick until, recently. Her mother still lives there, but I can't stand her. But anywho, it's possible that these people only donated, $500,000 publicly. It could be a matter of, if you donate more, who knows what else? People come out of the woodworks and they got to protect themselves, and And regardless of that fact, that, what was it, Prince? Prince donated millions of dollars to charities and never even, it was never even noted till after he died, because he didn't want people to know that he was doing that. You can donate things and not, make a big deal about it. I mean, you really don't need recognition for doing the right thing. I mean, I've been working on a lot of different projects. I went and spoke before my town board about things, and I don't ever expect anything in return for that. The return is the outcome, not what comes back at me. I think, and maybe Nicole and Keith are waiting to see what else is needed. At this point in time, other people are donating. We got Pink. See, that's the thing is, I love Pink. Just, she's my absolute favorite. I love her. Every song she does is just pure gold. I could sit here and talk. We had the same last name, Maybe that's it. People with my last name are pretty, maybe we're just naturally creative folks. But that's the thing is that, like, Pink, she donated $500,000 and nobody, said anything nasty about her. But Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman, people are just saying the nastiest things, probably because they live there and they expect them to give more. What somebody's net worth is, that could equal many different things. And, again, it's like, it's so nice of you to spend somebody else's money and time, It doesn't matter if their house is there. They thought about it and they did what they had to do. They donated $500,000 publicly. What they donated in silence is not our business. It's possible they donated more. We don't know. Who cares? It's, again, out of the kindness of their heart. They did what they had to do. They did what they felt they had to do. I'm sure it's got nothing to do with their house. I'm sure they know. I'm sure they have friends. They have family. They have neighbors. I don't think it's a matter of their house. I think they really do care. And to sit there and say, oh, because they have a house there, that's like a big screw you, and then, people are just horrible. And then the one who keeps going on about this, I said, well, here's a list of places for you to donate. Oh, but I don't have money to donate. So you're going to go and spend somebody else's money to donate. That's really nice of you, Hey, whatever, it's one of those things. But we got to do better, folks. We have to do better. You don't have to be, you know what? It's, you want to sit here and talk about, oh, climate change isn't real, blah, blah, blah. And why do you think this happened? I don't think this was a natural fire. This is on us. And sadly, humans... obsession with certain things, foods and such. We've been talking about, palm oil and Monsanto a lot in my live streams. And, those things do contribute to a lot of issues. The bees are going extinct. That's a Monsanto thing. And, Monsanto also, is a reason why we have a lot of cancers and things going on. And then palm oil, you got to burn down the rainforest to get to that, and that's killing off a lot of animals, especially the orangutans. The orangutans are going to go extinct soon too. It's all on us. It all falls on us, and we got to do better. Unfortunately, I'm at the point where I don't even know if we can even come back from all this, And that's sad. We don't know if we can come back from all this. Australia maybe that may be it for them. And that's sad and scary. A whole ecosystem destroyed. And that's destructive and dangerous for this planet. If you lose one of these big ecosystems like that, it will really do some damage. And the people who are living there too, if their country is flat out destroyed, where will they go? Here? Another country, New Zealand? And actually, somebody I know who lives in New Zealand they said they could start seeing the smoke over there. So, what happens if some of those embers start floating in the air? And, we're really destructive, and that needs to change. But, So, yeah, that's sad. Sad, sad, sad. I was really hoping, I was really looking forward to going back to Manhattan. In fact, I've been like thinking about like if I didn't go to Manhattan with the library, maybe I could take, Isabel a different day, or Jake. Well, Jacob's not really big into that idea, because to go to Manhattan would require, shopping and things like that. I mean, I was hoping like over the summer, maybe we could take some day trips or something. Um, I mean, it gets very hot over there because of all the buildings and things. But I mean, I hope to God things would change by then. But you never know what's going to happen. I just hope that we could have some peace soon. Peace needs to, but then peace is a thought of the mind, and we all gotta, the one thing I don't like to talk politics on here at all. I really just don't. I really don't like to talk politics. But the one thing is, we need to stop fighting over the people that just don't care about us. It's getting really sad, and it's not gonna solve anything. They're saying that the Prime Minister of Australia is not, he's not for climate change. Sound familiar? He's not for climate change, and he's gonna start. I thought I read somewhere he's gonna start outlawing protesting and things like that. I mean, let's be happy we have that. We will still have that freedom here in this country for now. But you know what? These people aren't going to look for change. They're not going to start changing anything simply because they make money off the things that cause these issues, and that goes for the left and the right. They both make off with these things. When it came down to voting the last election, we had a choice between Trump and Hillary, and it was one of those lesser of the equal things. And the thing with Hillary was, she was for environmental issues just as much as he was. So, you really had, a choice of the lesser of the two evils, and it's like, neither of the two are really. Hey, Trigger Trey, good morning. With that election, we really had two bad choices, and I don't really foresee anybody next go round who's gonna. What is it? Joe Biden says if you're against fracking, don't vote for him. Joe Biden, the left said if you're against fracking, don't vote for me. So that means he's already talking about how he's got environmental issues. So Joe Biden, you're out in my books. Sorry. I have a friend who's running third party, so I guess I'm gonna have to. You got to vote. You have to vote. Whether you may not like either side, but you still got to do it. So if I'm gonna vote third party, and I'm just putting it out there. I'm not taking a side. I'm taking my side, and sorry. My friend is. I'm friends with Clifton Roberts. He is a candidate for the Humane Party, and he's awesome. He's awesome. So I do plan on voting for him. I don't really care. That was a big thing with Colin Kaepernick. He ended up not voting at all. I like Colin, though. I do like Colin. I like the fact that he stands up for what he believes in. I think that's awesome. Whether or not I agree how he did it, that's another story, but I do like him. I like that. I mean, in the case of, the NFL, we have, Colin Kaepernick, who they got rid of, but we're keeping Michael Vick, who did all those things to dogs. I mean, that's a pretty tough choice, ain't it? I don't know. I'm sure I'm going to get 20, 30 thumbs down now for saying that. Oh, that's right, Michael Vick. Oh, well, they both did, didn't they? Because I know some people are saying that they're gonna boycott Nike because of they were boycotting because of Colin, but now they're saying they're boycotting because of Michael Vick. Michael Vick don't deserve anything in my books. You know what? I don't think there's an I'm sorry big enough for what he did. Colin, though, I like Colin. And the thing is, Oh, yeah, that must be Michael Vick then. Yeah. They've been talking about I mean, listen, I like dogs. I like animals. I mean, he made those dogs, I don't know. It's just hard to say. I'm usually for second chances, but what he did there, I don't think there's a second chance. But Colin, I think he deserves a second chance. I mean, the thing is, look what Colin's done. He's donated money. He's gone out and fought for people. Although he didn't vote in the last election. I don't. He said he didn't. He forgot. Colin, did you really say you forgot, or you didn't have time? That kind of helps your cause, don't it? To vote for the person who stands with you? I don't know. But I stand with the side of the dogs on that side. Well, you know what? Like I said, Colin, he donated money to Meals on Wheels. And didn't he do something for kids? Oh, man. Michael Vick hasn't done anything. He did court-appointed, stuff. And what a shame is they didn't... And, he has a dog now. He has a pet. That's scary. And that's why the wheels of animal cruelty keep on turning, And it doesn't matter, it doesn't, I talk a lot about old people who do things. I really can't stand that guy who killed Cecil the lion. I mean, that guy, Walter Palmer, I mean, he got away with it too. I wonder what his dental practice looks like these days. I would never go to a dentist who does those things. I don't even want to go to a dentist, never mind to begin with, but I don't want to go to one who goes around torturing animals, for shits and giggles, because you know what they say about people like that, That's some dangerous stuff. I would never go to a dentist think about it. A dentist has access to sharp objects, and he's got that the laugh gas and all that stuff. He could put you out. He could put you out. Yeah, I ain't going to somebody like that. Nope. No. No. That guy, he got away with it too. And you know what's sad about the Walter Palmer thing is he got away with it, but everybody who was linked to that were the ones who got in trouble, not him, because he paid for that. He paid for legal poaching. That's what that's called. That's legal poaching. But the two guides from the area and the guy who ran the company that he went to jail. He did not. And he still has his license, and he's still practicing. And I think, and it's not the first time he got arrested for that either. He got in trouble for hunting something illegally in the States, I think. He was in the wrong area. I'm all for hunting for food and things like that, but this guy is just a sociopath. And and he's a dentist. You guys want him going after your teeth? I think not. No, I don't support trophy hunting. Listen, my cousin, he lives in the Adirondacks. He hunts for food. I get it. I mean, I live in an area where I can go vegan and I don't, have to hunt for food and, do things. So I like if you live in California, it's probably best that you do those things. But again, shout out to Joaquin Phoenix. Congratulations on your Golden Globe Award. His speech was rather good too. And the Golden Globes went vegan last night, and nobody complained. Not one celebrity complained. I mean, that's probably because it's, rich people vegan food, so it probably tastes really good. I didn't really see the menu, to tell you the truth, so I don't know what was served, but I'm sure it was really tasty. And vegan food isn't nasty anyways. I like it. I mean, I like, hey, Ruth. Oh, that's right. That's who you are. Aw. He's such a sweetheart, that guy. Killer Whale, how you doing, my friend? How you doing over there? How's your live streams doing? I haven't been to any of the grow streams. I heard, I was talking to somebody who does them recently, and, Barefoot Adventures. What a sweet, you guys know Barefoot Adventures. He's such a sweetheart of a guy. He said he's not doing them anymore. Oh, you know what? Listen, last week I was heavily trolled in my live 2 days in a row. Somebody made threats in my one live last week, and my fault was shutting it down. I should have kept on going. I can't feed into these people. I can't. You can't. You know, listen, it sucks when you have these people coming in your stuff. I mean, listen, my morning lives are 50-50 these days. You know, you get 2 people, you get 15 people, you get 2 people, you get 1 person. But don't give up on it, you know. It's better to get 2, it's, you know, somebody's going to watch it later. So if you go live, you get 2 people now, 2 people. I'm telling you, I got a live from like 4 months ago that I think I might have had 15, 20 people. Really? Well, you know what I got, Trigger Trey. Well, we also got the one who does, we also got that guy who makes, we got lots. We got lots of that. You know, it's funny because Coppa began this week, right? We are not allowed to post, you know, the whole Coppa thing. We're not going to get into it because apparently you get a community strike for talking about it, which now we're censoring the idea. Whatever. Hey, YouTube, you do you. And I don't want to keep talking about the Coppa thing because the more I talk about it, the more I get pissed off at Ryan's Toy World because I know it's partially his fault. Hey, good morning, Heather. The hell was that? I've been cleaning up my apartment a little here and there. I took a little lunch break. Really? See, that's a funny thing is Instagram, I do quite all right over there. And I post a lot of animal rights type of things too. And nobody harasses me on Instagram. Facebook, forget about it. I get attacked on Facebook all the time. Facebook is like, good morning, David. Oh, see that? This is why you don't want to end your live because, you know, people are waking up. See, Thursday, I should not have ended my live. I had someone come in here and threat to themselves. I'm wondering if that's from a certain group of people, you know, but whatever. Hey, listen, you got to have stands. Hey, good morning, Joseph. You got to have your stands. Oh, it's cold. It's cold out there. I was gonna go to Seb's this morning, but I opted out on not doing it and did a DoorDash. You're not the meanie on Facebook. My weekend was okay. I did go to Savers on Saturday. I was over at me and Ulta becoming really good friends. Oh, that's another thing. So I saw an article yesterday. I guess a lady, she went to an Ulta in Jersey. Yes, I'm from New York, and in New York we call it New York, but if we're talking about Jersey, we for whatever reason we take the new part out. So anyway, so this lady was in Jersey, and she went to Ulta. You know, I've been 50-50 on using their salon. I want to see what somebody could do with, you know, this mop here. Not cut it, but maybe a good color, like a decent color, you know, because I'm all over the place. Up here is brown because it's my roots, and down here is the black. So I don't know what to do with myself at that rate. I may just throw the black layer of black in soon. I don't know. I have 1 box left. But so this lady, she went to an Ulta in Jersey, and she went to do one of those, you know, to the salon to get the makeup done. I guess maybe she wants to learn. Yeah, I think that's probably the easiest way. Years ago, you know, I started the black because I wanted to do yeah, we got something new going on here. They let out a lot of inmates this week. It's a new bail reform. I don't know exactly what the law is, but it's just bail. You're not going to have to pay bail for certain crimes. So you could just walk until you can walk, but you still got to face the music. That's what it is. Bail is for, you know, if you get arrested and you're just make face stencils. Yeah, there you go. Basically what it is that, you know, you're still facing the crime. You just don't have to pay bail until your hearing. So anyone who's been released, these people, you know, and you know, the sad part is, I think I've shared the story of my friend Howie. my friend Howie, who's doing 20 to life. Unfortunately, well, he wouldn't make it anyways because he's way past that. He took a plea bargain, so I don't think he would. I think he's out of luck, unfortunately. Um, that's the crappy part about New York right now is New York's trying to cut corners and save money by releasing these people from jail because it's expensive to hold people in jail. But yet our lovely governor, lovely. And see, I talk badly about the left and the right because I have no like or love for the left or the right. So I'm just about. My guess is they are looking to save money somewhere. I mean, I didn't really look at what laws they're talking about. Oh, now that marijuana is decriminalized, which means it's just a field ticket. So that is not under that. However, I don't know if those people were. I don't know if those people were. I don't think they've been let go yet. Our marijuana law has not passed, so we can't smoke marijuana freely here, unless if it's legal, unless if it's medicinal. We were working on passing the marijuana law, but Long Island didn't want to do it because they make a lot of money off of that. The government, the police, the courts. We have a very large drug rehab facility program here. They're not going to let it pass down here. So I guess they did that to. This means perverts are going back out on the street too. Not rapists, perverts, but perverts become rapists. So we got these kind of folks going back out on the street. But here's the thing: is like we have this going on, but Cuomo is selling off now. I don't know if you know the history of Long Island. We actually were the third largest mental health care place. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, fines, but I think the law, the bail reform is for misdemeanors and ooh, did I have a hair section cut that wasn't supposed to be cut? Weird. Maybe that's why the under here is no weird. Maybe I did something that I don't really realize I did. Whatever. But I think tomorrow I'm gonna. Hey, Farmall. Good morning. You know what? I haven't seen you in a while. I was gonna ask you how's that little chickie doing. I'm guessing he's a big guy now. Makes me not want to eat my dinner tonight. I have leftover chicken. Yeah. So and there's going to be some low security felonies that they're letting out. But it is scary. I mean, we already have enough problems going on around here. However, they just did arrest, was it 90? Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, Farmall. Well, you know what they used to do here, and I don't think it's in full anymore. I used to work on a farm. Yeah, violent crimes do not qualify. Yeah. I think groping and stuff was on the list. I don't know the full list. I guess that's not considered violent. Sexual assault, sexual harassment is not well, whatever. Hey, listen. We got a big thing here in New York where, we got that going on and we have a mental health crisis. What does Cuomo do? Now we used to be the third largest mental health care facility. We actually had like mental illness. Our asylums were literally like little communities. So the grounds where these hospitals, well, two of them are shut down. One's still open, and that's the one he wants to sell right now. But two of them, they were huge. They had their own farms, they had their own slaughterhouse, they had their own laundry. The people who worked there lived there. It was a big thing. So now, two of the three are closed. So one of the ones that are closed. Now, keep in mind, these buildings are loaded with asbestos, blah, 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 gross, disgusting, whatever. So anyways, the one facility, which is in my hometown. Now, I talk about where I live all the time, where I grew up all the time being like, Trump came by recently. Was it last year? Trump came by because of the whole MS-13 thing. Yeah, that's my hometown. Where that all goes down, that's where I grew up, okay? It was I'll say this from my own personal perspective, and I grew up there. I still go over to my hometown because that's where Target is, and that's where I volunteer with the cats. Ooh, the baby chickie. Aw, that's so cute. Um, so I talk about that all the time. So hey Matthew. So so my personal perspective on that is, while you get rid of 95 of these MS-13 folks, you may get rid of that gang, but another one will pop up. I mean, throughout my years of living there, one gang gone, another one comes in, another one comes in, another one comes in. You know what? I just learned to live with it. That's all it is. You make friends with these people. I don't know. Listen, don't go by what I do. I'm just one of those lovely people. I've had friends who took care of me, and not like things like that. Like if I were like at a store and someone tried to take something from me, or whatever. It's usually the bootleg movie guy, anyways. But anyways, so what this guy is doing, what Cuomo has done is, one of the mental health facilities. Now, my family worked. I have family members who worked at this facility, and it's what they did with it originally was, once it shut down, they turned into New York Institute of Technology, but it shut down, and then BOCES took it over, and they actually had a Head Start there. Head Start's going out of business here, that's a shame, because kids really need that kind of a program, especially in a town like that where parents don't have the money to be paying. But these buildings are, they're old. I have a whole book on this hospital, and we actually have a documentary on our mental health system here in New York, Kings Park Hospital. I actually know the director and all that kind of stuff. So this hospital, that one has been sold, and they're actually putting condos and luxury stores. And the downside to that is, like I said, my hometown's a hood. The school's very full, and when you put stores like that in that area, they're not going to hire the people from there. He's hand in hand with the town supervisor too. That's why this is going down. Now, Cuomo also, Pilgrim State Hospital. You probably hear a lot about that. If you have read Allen Ginsberg, Howl, he talks about how his mother was, she died in Pilgrim from a botched lobotomy. Like I said, these were really big mental health village type folks, type areas. So now Pilgrim is still open. They still have a hospital there. They have group homes there. They even have a museum for our New York State mental health facility. They got all kinds of stuff over there. Now Cuomo wants to sell that too. He's trying to sell that to the Mets. Yes, the New York State Mets. Now they're not going to put a Major League Baseball team in that area, because who the hell is going to want to go over there? That town is. Ooh, that's a great job, David. I wish her luck. My sister's a social worker now. She's working on getting her master's now. But what he's going to do is, he's trying to sell this off to the Mets. And what the Mets are going to do is, and now there's people living there. There are people living on this property. There's, like I said, that's our only state mental health facility for adults here on Long Island. If they shut this down, then it's all going to go over to Bellevue and things like that. However, it's the only long-term facility place. Everything else is like you go in for a week and you're released out to the street. My sister's getting her master's now. She works. She's a case manager, and she's doing an internship at this is what they're doing now is, they have created a program where it's a psychiatric mental health, like what do you call it, like a urgent care. So if you're having a meltdown, it's an urgent care. You can go in, they assess you, and if they feel you need a little time out, they'll send you to the proper facility. So Cuomo is looking to sell off these facilities. So while we have a problem with inmates, we're about to have a problem with people with mental health issues not having a place to live. Ooh, sounds like a good idea, Trigger Trey. When I go to Manhattan next time, I think I'm going to break down and go to that weed world. Now, I do know that's cannabis oil. It's not marijuana, but I'm going to get some popcorn or lollipops or whatever. Lollipots. I have to do something. I actually found out there's a CBD dispensary around the corner from me, so I may have to meander in there and check that out. But I'm doing a lot better these days, so maybe I don't need it. I don't know. Hey, it's always good to have it around, just in case. So yeah, so while we have a bail reform thing, we have a mental health problem thing here. The jails do hold a lot of mentally ill people, though. That's another thing is, one of these people, they fall asleep on the side of the road or have some kind of mental breakdown on the side of the road. They're going to end up in the jail, I don't know if they're safer in there or what. Probably not. Cost us a lot of money. I mean, there's that too, whatever. But yeah, we do have a problem. And, I live in a program where, I'm not in a group home, just so you know, I'm not in a group home. I have my own apartment. I am on Section 8. I can move anywhere in the country I want. I just stay here because it's what I can afford. Yeah, I get robocalls. You know what's weird? I had a weird phone call. Get this, at 1 o'clock in the morning. I have to call Verizon in a little bit because I got a phone call claiming that my Verizon was being, my Verizon account was being shut down. I don't think so. Yeah, they are. I mean, that's why I worry about my friend. I have a friend who's doing Twin to Life. He didn't do what, well, that's what we don't know. Mental health housing, like I said, we had the 3 ladies. We had 2 ladies upstairs. I don't know if they're ever going to put another one up there. I don't know. They got to get rid of her. But that's the thing is, it's hard to get mental health housing. These when I was living over by the one hospital ground that's already been sold, there actually are some people who are former inmates, former patients of that hospital who sleep outside Dollar Tree and Target because that's all they ever knew. They only knew that hospital. And the thing is, like I said, I mean, nobody's going to want to buy an expensive condo in my hometown. It's dangerous. It's not dangerous for people who don't know the area. For me, I wouldn't mind going back home, if people are a little nicer over there. But so yeah, we do have a serious problem, and like I keep talking about the marijuana thing is, they're not going to pass that. They're not going to pass that right now. So we got people taking up space in the in the drug rehabs because we believe that marijuana is a drug and this and that, and we got all that going on for us, and we don't have proper housing for our mentally ill folks. That's why if I feel like if I leave here and I go to like an apartment complex, I won't be able to come back to this. That's it, and I shouldn't really think like that. Although I think, I got to work on doing bigger and better things and get myself off these programs altogether, as far away from this idea as possible. Now, here's the other thing is, Section 8, that's very hard to get. That's a very hard thing to get here in New York. It takes years. It takes up to 5 years. Our homeless shelter, oh, that's another thing. If you go homeless, and I'm speaking from personal experience, if you know me, I've been homeless and I've lived in a shelter. What they do with you in a shelter is if you're on like SSD or anything like that, they're going to take your money. You get to stay in the homeless shelter for 3 months, 3 months for free. And then after the 3 months, they're going to take your check. And you gotta pay, and they leave you with like $40 a month. So I guess they don't want you living the high life homeless, but then it makes it really difficult for you to find another place. And the thing is, a lot of landlords don't want to rent to handicapped people either. They don't want to rent to handicapped people, so that's why they need more programs like this. So Cuomo's selling off these hospital grounds to wherever, rather than an agency like my housing agency or one of the other ones taking over the land and putting like community residences and whatnot. Is completely cruel and just ridiculous. Oh, wait, somebody was saying, actually, I've been hearing that they're shipping off our homeless people to Georgia. Well, I guess there's cheaper living in Georgia, though. Is that it? Isn't it cheaper to live there? Maybe they find better housing down there. I don't know. That's not how we solve the problem either. This guy is just as bad as all of them. I don't like politics on either side. I keep talking about it. I mean, I'm not a fan of Trump, and I'm not a fan of Hillary. I'm not a fan of. I mean, I have some like I talk about in my lives. I have made friends with some of the senators around here. My grandmother worked for the town. My grandmother worked for the government. And anytime like when my housing agency did not want to let me have a service dog, those are the people I called first because I need help. I need a dog. I need to be able to. I need to be able to get better. And they were forced to allow me to have the dog. I was also going through another thing with the housing program is that, in order to get in here, you have to have, a psych eval, psychosocial, and somebody out there to fill out your application. And, social workers are overworked and underpaid. They don't live with us. So, they don't know what somebody's like at home. So when they fill out the application for these housing programs, hey, bait the hook, good morning. So when they fill out the application for these housing programs for like the lady upstairs, they don't really know what their needs are at the time. And not only that, there's some really good actors and actresses in the mental illness community who, know how to play the part. I grew, well, you also got to remember, most of us grew up with the idea if you tell them too much, then they'll give you more drugs or this and that. See, that's another thing. Mental health care just needs to change. It needs to change. It needs to be more cognitive behavior therapy. Society needs to be more open to it. But the government needs to help us out and create housing programs and better job programs. And, we have technical schools here, but nobody wants to hire anybody from these programs. So, you're really stuck. They literally make you dependent on these programs, but then they shut them down or don't create more. They don't create enough, so that's the thing is that, when you see somebody in the store and they have food stamps, don't always, assume that there's somebody, who's a freeloader or anything like that. There are unseen illnesses. And just so you know, here in New York, if you are on welfare, they actually make you earn that money. That money isn't free. I mean, I don't know how, from what I understand, that's not how it works everywhere else. But here in New York, if you, oh, I thought the lady upstairs was yelling. If you want to be on, nobody wants to be on welfare, but if you need to be on welfare, you have to go through like a whole, a whole screening process. And if you are able-bodied mentally and physically, they will send you to a worksite program where you have to work and earn your welfare check. If you're not able-bodied, then you are free to do what you got to do. And that money has to be paid back at some point in your life. If you get Social Security, a Social Security settlement, they're gonna come and take that check, and you got to pay that back. I paid mine back. I paid welfare back. I guess I get to live in peace with that idea. That's exactly it. That's exactly it, David. And we talked about Walmart. We've talked about them in this live, my live streams on how they don't pay the people properly. They don't want to, well, it's not just Walmart, the government itself doesn't want to pay a proper wage. Minimum wage here just went up to $13 an hour, but I can tell you $13 an hour is not going to pay the bills here. You still need to work 2-3 jobs to make ends meet here without needing assistance. And then even then, if you work one job at $13 an hour, then you won't qualify for services. Isn't that's how they get you? You could be working 2-3 jobs. You could work the one job at $13 an hour, have 2 kids, and still, you still would not qualify for Medicaid or food stamps. They really get you with that, you do, and the thing is, there really should never, ever be we should really never be judging anyone because we don't know what somebody is going through. And I guess, if you're on food stamps, you shouldn't be buying lobster, but hey, it's food, isn't it? You never know. Maybe lobster's on sale. I don't eat that. So I don't, it's not my gig. And I don't have food stamps anymore. What they did to me was when I got my child support, they cut off my food stamps. So, and my food stamps is the same, the amount I got in food stamps is the same as my child support. So, I don't like seafood that much. I don't mind shrimp. I had a thing for like a little while ago where I ate a lot of cod and flounder and tilapia, but now I don't eat any of that. Hey, Firewolf Studios, my frosty friend. It's actually snowing out there this morning. It's not it's I think it's stopped now. But that's actually something else I'm going to be bringing to my channel this week. Speaking of that, I will be promoting this a little bit. I'm hoping they'll give me a sponsorship or work with me on this. But there's a company that I got a new subscription box coming this week. Right, exactly. They got to eat something, and I don't think lobster really is that luxurious. To me, it's gross. But hey, that's feeding their family. It's food, isn't it? I mean, let's say, okay, so for me, because I have weight loss surgery, I could generally only eat protein, and lobster is actually lobster and shrimp is actually an excellent source of protein. So I may get lobster, but I'm not going to be buying a box of cookies. I mean, it's nutritious food. I don't think it's luxurious. And plus, if it's on sale, what difference does it make? I mean, I do agree with, cutting back on like things that you like the cookies and sodas and things like that because it's bad for your health. I mean, but then again, who are we to tell somebody what to do with their life, Yeah, that's exactly it, David. I get that. Oh, well. Oh, yeah. Yay, congratulations, Firewolf. That's awesome. I love me some Starbucks. Yeah, I hope you get it. I got my peppermint mocha latte here in hopes that you get it. I love Starbucks. Anything coffee related, ugh, that's some good stuff. Some people don't like Starbucks. Listen, I don't know the whole deal with them. I just want a cup of coffee. I was going to go to 7-Eleven this morning, but it was snowing. Not heavily snowing, but it was just too cold. And I had Frankie with me. I took her out to use the bathroom, and I'm not going to take her to 7-Eleven. But maybe later in the afternoon, maybe. Oh, she's here. She's taking her little nap. She, now that I moved her bed to over by where I moved her bed to where, hopefully I didn't lose my live. Did I lose you? No, I hope not. Come here, Franks. Oh, she's snoring away. Oh, there's nothing on the ground. It's all melty already. It was just like, nothing on the ground. If you had a car, there she is. She's being dramatic. Let's see. Her paw looks a little better. Oh, no, she doesn't want me to touch it. Nope, she doesn't want me to touch it. All right, I won't touch it. Yeah. I shared my, you know what I really love at Starbucks is they have a chicken sausage and bacon biscuit. That thing is good. However, I am like, yeah, she's so cuddly. She's been really, although now that I moved her bed to over where the radiator is, she doesn't want to cuddle with me anymore, but I just cleaned off the couch. Ooh, that's a good one. They really have that sandwich they're making right now, the chicken sausage and bacon sandwich on a biscuit. That's the only way I could see, so I can't do a lot of bread. But so that's the other thing I wanted to bring up. I know I've been talking about it a little bit here and there. I just ordered the box. I think I could actually customize this later. So I ordered a box from Imperfect Foods. So if you don't know what Imperfect Foods is, that's kind of like Misfits. That's another box that's doing it. But Imperfect Foods also offers other add-ons to your box. So it's $30 a week. If you just get the produce. But you could add, I think meats was $10 extra. Hey, Candace. So for $10 more, you could add, I think I'm paying $41 for the box. Yeah, a week. Yep. But the thing is, it's actually pretty decent for the price. I mean, it's basically groceries in a box. So what Imperfect Foods is, you get a box every week delivered on Fridays. I believe here it's Fridays. And from Monday to Wednesday, you can customize your box. So I am going to be paying $41 a box a week because I added the meat and the snack option. So but I have it set to 1 to 2 people. Now, if it's the medium box, I think. So for 1 to 2 people, okay, so you're going to get at least 13 pounds of produce. And then it's 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 pieces of meat and 2 to 4 things of snacks. You could also, because I can't eat meat, I can't eat, because I'm carb free, they do have an option where you could add grains and things like that, which would be like pasta, quinoa, and things like that. But I don't need that because I can't eat it. So it's not bad. It's going to be like $41 a week, and that's basically what I would pay for groceries minus, the Uber to Target or whatever. So it's not bad. It's like I said, it's like 11 to 13 pounds of produce. All these things are like, it's just the non-pretty produce that the store doesn't want to sell because it doesn't look pretty for their store. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not a bad idea, and you can pick what you want. Yeah. Right, right, right. I mean, I guess, yeah, that's exactly it. What you have on what you buy on food stamps is your business. I am not one to judge. I mean, when I had food stamps, I'll tell you what, I would go. I used to be able to use I was actually back then I was allowed to use food stamps at 7-Eleven, so I would stop every morning. Thought I saw something on Frankie here. I was allowed to go to 7-Eleven every morning. I would get 2 1-liter bottles of soda a morning, a couple of snacks before school. Now, I think now you can use your food stamps on Amazon too. You could. I think they were working on being able to use it for like Amazon Fresh. I know that one company was looking to get people to be able to use it online. I have nothing against that either. I mean, some people like myself, I can't. That was the other thing with imperfect foods. I'm not 100% on it yet, but I will let you guys know how that goes. But if you are on a kind of, or if you are on any kind of programs, because I'm on SSD, it was listed as something that could be that I could use, to get it. But if you're on SSD or food stamps or Medicaid or Medicare, you could actually apply with imperfect foods to get a reduced price box. I don't know what that is yet. Don't quote me on it. I haven't been approved for it yet, but they do offer that, which I think is a pretty awesome gig. There is that, not only are they. I mean, I still think $41 is pretty reasonable for 11 to 13 pounds of produce. I think that's pretty awesome. Um, and like I said, it's like 2 to 3 things of meat and some snacks. I think that's pretty good, actually. That's pretty, and it's, I'll let y'all know what my selections are, because I think I could make a selection at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock today. And I'll let you know how that goes. But, hey, bye, Jeff. See you later. I will be going live tonight. I got this guy today, the other day, so we'll give this a whirl and a twirl. I've been 50-50 on this, but this was only $16, so I thought maybe we can, I thought maybe we could try it out. Gotta always have new games for your live streams. And I also have Sleep in a Bucket and a couple other things that we can give a whirl in its whirl too. So I'm going to keep seeing what else. I saw some other games called Exploding Kittens, but I don't think that was meant for us. So, and the thing with Cards Against Humanity is there's a lot of expansion packs. They were just sold out of the smaller decks that were $5. But, I guess they were really popular at the holidays. I was kind of hoping maybe I'd find a couple decks at Savers, but there was no luck to that. Hey, it is what it is. Yeah, so I have that coming this week. I will be doing and this one has eggs too. They have eggs, meats, and pastas and things like that. So I don't think that's terrible. Like I said, $41 a week, that's what I'd be spending on groceries anyways. And if it's produce, Jacob likes to eat a lot of fruit. So he's always, looking for, grapes and apples. Is this one of those things? Am I gonna see that? The white hairs, they escape. When you go to take them out, they escape. Let's see. Oh, nope, I didn't get it. Oh, well. Anywho, so I have that coming, and I have a couple things coming this week. I'm going to be getting the Puppy Pog box soon. I am supposed to be getting the Shark Week box soon, but I think I'm going to hold on to that and wait for the other lady box, the Rose War panty box. But I do want to, I'm going to put those boxes to the test. I want to see which ones, one of these ladies' boxes are good. So whichever one, and you know what? I think I'm going to have you guys vote on it. I know you men folk are probably not going to, oh, I'm sorry, Frankie. Oh, gosh. I'm sorry. Did I accidentally bonk you? Hi, Howie. You okay? You okay, girl? Yeah. Oh. What do you want? You want to go take a nap? You taking a nap? Yeah. Oh. Oh, that lady upstairs. There we go. Fixed your ear. Your ear was floppy. Oh, boy. So I just got a question. Did any of you guys check out the new Husky movie on Disney Plus? I don't know. I don't like to support all that kind of stuff. It's now they're saying that there's going to be a boom in wanting husky dogs, but huskies have been a big thing that people have wanted for a long time, and I guess now I hate that. Don't you hate that when a new movie comes out and everybody wants one? Oh yeah. Please do your research on these animals before you. Well, it would be better if you didn't purchase one and you look for like a nice rescue. A lot of dog breeds. Hey, Irish Whiskey Paranormal. It is coffee time. Coffee time is all the time on this channel. Oh, but this girl. Oh, lordy. What are you doing, you silly puppy? Oh, she's smiling. Look at that. Are you smiling, Frankie? Oh, yeah? Yeah? Are you smiling, you silly girl? Huh? Oh, boy. Got some pimples down here, huh? Yeah? Yeah? You're not going to sleep on your little bed where it's nice right by the radiator there? Want to stay here and smile for the people? Oh, you silly girl. I know this live's not made for kids. Oh, Cawffee. Oh, I never used that term. Oh, these people. Yeah, that Cawffee thing, huh? Oh, that's Nick Snyder. Nick Snyder's live. Cool. Yeah. Gotta love the politics. Yeah, no Cawffee. Coffee. Gotta love the coffee. Boy, oh boy. You know what I didn't realize is, I've been posting some things on Instagram. Like I said earlier in the live, Perez Hilton is saying that Instagram is dying. I don't think Instagram is dying. I think Instagram is flourishing, and Instagram is good for us YouTubers, just so you know. Use your Instagram to promote your videos if you don't do that already. And if you don't, and not only that, just, repost from other places, because when you repost from other places, those places are checking you out, so they may check out your channel. And, something else I've learned over this past year is, like, I love BoxyCharm. I thought it was an excellent box. I'm just taking a break from it now. But the thing is, when you support a smaller company box, I know Imperfect Foods is not like